Hello everyone, this is Bengai Morgan, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Information Technology at V.S.B Engineering College, Karur. In this session, we are going to discuss about the basic concept about the function which is available in C programming. So at first, we start with the basic definition of the functions. What is meant by functions? A function is a block of codes which is used to perform some specific task, and it is used to divide the large programs or complex program into several smaller chunks. So each chunk is called as functions. So this is used to identify the error and debugging very easiest manner to the program. Suppose, take an example. If you are want to create a calculator program contains several operations like arithmetic operations, scientific calculation, like that. So each operations required a set of codes. So we need to develop the codes within a single block, means it will create an error in future. Suppose a single line of code have any error, it will affect the entire codes of the program. So this is why we are using the function which is used to divide the large problems or large program into several sub programs or several sub problems. So each sub problems are solved individually. That is called also modularity. So in some programming language, the functions are called procedure or subroutines. So next, we will see the advantages of functions. So there are three main advantages by using the functions. First one is reusability, second is abstraction, and the third one is modularity. So we discuss in details. What is reusability? So a function is a block of code which is once created the block, we can use any number of times and anywhere in the program. So that is reusability. The programmer need not to create the same code in repeated manner in the particular program. So next is abstractions. Abstraction means, so without knowing the internal structure of the functions, how it will be defined, how it will be declared, the user can access the essential features through the function call. So that is the abstraction. The last one is modularity. So large and complex problems are divided into subproblems. Each subproblems are called as modules. So here in C programming, the modularity is achieved by functions. So these are the three main advantages available in the functions in C programming. Next, we will see the function prototypes. How the functions are defined, how the functions are declared, how it is called. So these are the things available in the function prototypes. There are three major aspects of C functions. So function declaration. So at first, we declare the function. It is used to tell the compiler what is the name of the function, what types of the function is, and how many number of parameters it contains. So these are all the things we declared initial before the main functions. So that means it is declared globally. So this is the syntax of function declaration. So a function name, it should have any return type. The return type it may be integer, or it may be character, or long integer, or short integer. So any type of return types. Suppose a function does not return any value, means the function return type should be void, and it has parameter list or argument list. That means whenever we call the particular functions, the argument should be passed. Suppose the argument list contains number of parameters, the same number of arguments should pass to this function, and finally the semicolon will end. This is the declaration part to tell the compiler. So this is the function declaration and a function call. And second, we will see the function call. So whenever we call the function, then only that block of code will be executed. So otherwise, the function does not disturb or does not affect the other part of the program. Whenever it is called, then only the function will be executed. So this is the function call syntax. So the function call should have the same argument list what we have declared in the declaration part. That means the parameter list must not differ in the function calling and the function declaration. We must pass the same number of arguments what we have declared in the declaration part. Suppose a function declared with the 2 parameter means we should pass 2 arguments when the function is called. So this is the function call. And the next function definitions. So this is the most important part. So this part contains the task code. So the particular task codes. So whenever the function is called, the control will transfer to function definition. So the control over to that particular function definition, and the compiler executed that particular block in sequence manner. It contains the actual statements which are able to execute and it is most important aspects. That means without any function definition, the function call does not works. So this is the function syntax, function definition syntax. So the function definition and the function declaration should have same syntax except block of code. So the function name, function return type, and a parameter list and a block of code. So this is the function definitions. So function definition should be relevant to the task. So it performs that particular task in the program. So here one of the example for function definitions. So this example is to identify the maximum number or to find the maximum number among the two numbers. So this function definition contains blocks of code, and the function have a name that is maximum max, and it should return type. It return the maximum value. That's why we declare with integer return type, and it have 2 parameters, number 1 and number 2, and number 1 and number 2 are integer type parameters. So these values, number 1 and number 2 variables, are local to these functions. And another one variable is available. So result. So in this result, we are going to store which number is maximum. So based on this condition, we find the maximum number in two number. The condition, if number 1 greater than number 2, the condition is true, it store the number 1 to result. Otherwise, it store the number 2 to result. So finally, by using the return statement, we return the result. That means which number is maximum number return to the calling function. So this is the one example for function definition. Next, return value. The return is the statement which is not mandatory. Some functions have a return type, some functions have not any return value. That means whenever a function is called, if that function return any value, then we can use a return statement. So we can use return statement. We must declare in the return type in the declaration and the definition part. So take example. This is one example. Hello is a function. So this is the function definition. It contains one statement, print statement, and this function type is void type. That means it does not return any value. So it should be a void type. And take another example. Here get is another functions. So it is declared with integer type. It should return an integer value. So that's why we are using here return value, and the return is used to return the value back to the calling functions. Okay. So and also return the control to the main program. So that's why we are using the return statements in the function. And next, in this slide, we will discuss type of functions. So there are two types of functions in C programming. One is library functions or predefined function, or otherwise it is called built-in functions. And another one is user-defined functions. So come to library functions. So which is already declared one. So which is added into our which is added in some libraries. That means in header files, we can use it in our program. We just invoke the functions by using the function call, like scanf, printf. It gets puts. It may be a get character, or mathematical functions like ceiling, floor, or string functions like string concatenation, string comparison, like that. And next one is user-defined functions. So user-defined functions are own thought of their programmer. So their own thought. It is created by, so what task they will want to perform that particular functions. So that is the user-defined functions. So it reduces complexity of a big program and optimizes the code. So already we declared, already we discussed, the function is mainly used for decompose the large problem or complex problems. That is the main purpose, and we will discuss in detail the complete function concept. So this is an example, the same finding the maximum among the two numbers. So we already discussed a function have three major parts: function declaration, function calling, and function definition. So here the function declaration, it is available in before the main program, which is global declaration. So the function declared by integer return type and two parameters in with semicolon in the main function. So the compiler starts its execution from the main program. So in this main program, it contains local variable. So A, B, and RET, there are three variables. So A, B are assigned with 100 and 200. So the compiler come to this statement. Here one assignment statement is available. So in this RET variable, we store a function called value. That means here this is assignment statement. In this assignment statement, the right side value is function called return value. Through the function call, we can get the value from the functions. So this function call should pass two arguments. Already we discussed what we declare, how many number of parameters we declare in the declaration part. That should be same as in function call. So the argument should be same size as parameter size. So A, B are passed into this function call. So already the value of A and B are here assigned. So A is 100 and B is 200. So the compiler visit this statement, the control is transferred to this function declaration. So here the function definition part, look at here header part of the function definition. So maximum is the function name, integer is the return type, and parameter list number 1 and number 2. The function block contains some quotes. So another one local variable, it is result. So in this result, we are going to store which number is maximum number. So based on this condition, the number will be stored into the result, and that result is the value, integer value. Yes, return which function, uh, which which function calling this particular functions. So here the main function is calling the function call. So this function perform this task and return the value to this calling functions. So this function is called function. This function, this main function is a calling functions. So this is the how the functions work based on the syntax. There are four different types of functions are available. So based on these four types, the function call will be made to the to perform the particular functions. So the first type is function without arguments and without return value. The second is function without argument and with return value. The third is function with argument without return value. The final one is function with argument and with return value. So these are all the four different types of functions called we can make. So based on this type, the function will be perform its task. I hope you all understand the basic concept of functions from this session. What is a function? What are the essential features of functions? How it is called and how it is worked. So these are the things we discuss in this session. We will discuss some other topics in next session. Until take care. Bye. Thank you all.